Welcome to another video of ammo shortage, ammo score. So I recorded this video on last Sunday, and to my surprise, they have been selling out 22 long rifle, 22 Magnum, 17 HMR. For no obvious reason, I don't know what's going on here, but last week they sold out of those kind of caliber. But there's quite a bit of bulk ammo in stock these days because nobody's really buying them because they've been sitting there for the longest time with the highest price possible. Bass Pro is still asking like 60 cents plus for 223-556, and those Gucci hunting ammo, well, they're off the chart in terms of pricing. But I do see some going a little bit lower because I guess they figured out, hey, nobody's buying this stuff at this price, so they need to be lowering the price in order to sell majority of this stuff. And they have been doing that quite a few days now. But this Frontier thing is it's not going down in price for some reason. They used to go for like $8 a box for the Frontier 223-556. And here you see some Federal 223 Remington hunting round, $31 a box. That's way overpriced. Around like that, it goes around $22 to $25 during the good time. Here we see some Sierra 556 6mm art. Now I start to see some very rare round going back in stock, so you might wanna buy them, but depend, are you comfortable with price? You should be grabbing some ammo because some of this caliber is pretty hard to find still. Even you see a whole bunch of ammo here, but some caliber is still hard to find in a certain area. In my area, well, there's plentiful, but the price is just so high that it's been sitting there for the longest time. I can't blame them because they want to have some ammo in stock, but at the same time it's kind of immoral to raise the price so much. Ammo prices have been doubling, quadruple over the past few years. Just when Black Friday is starting to hit, then we start to see the ammo price going down a little bit, just a little bit. It's still high. You're looking at 33 to 36 cents for 9mm, as well as 223-556. We're talking about the steel casing. So brass casing is still a little bit high, but you can still find some decent brass casing online for less than 35 cents per round. But your Bass Pro for 9mm, it's still way up there. They're not budging from last year price at all. They're not budging from it. But there are, once in a while you find this diamond in the rough. They lower the price of a couple of boxes of ammo, and those are pretty hard to find. I have to drive for like an hour to Bass Pro. Might as well just buy something, make it worth your while, and this is one of them. The Winchester 9mm 150 round for $50. It's okay, price okay after tax and everything. You're looking at around 36 cents per round. Not too bad, because I drive a long way to get to Bass Pro. Might as well buy something, make it worth my while. And they have plenty of hollow point 40 Smith. Yeah, it's been sitting there for the longest time because the price is not changing for the better, of course. The ammo market is very fragile. It only takes just a little bit of spark, and everything could go up in price again. And I'm starting to see some cool ammo back in stock. When I say cool, it's like very hard to find ammo back in stock, but since the price so high, it's just sitting there. Here, Remington has been steadily pumping out ammo lately, but again, the price is just not right. It's not gonna sell out quickly anytime soon. Spear Goda, no, Spear Lawman, pretty decent ammo, but even during the good time, the Spear ammo are quite expensive, so just imagine the price right now. Here's some Spear Goda. Federal 38 Special. 38 Special is very hard round to find these days, and if you manage to find them, they're around over $30 per box, so expect it to be around that kind of price. Maybe the internet have better price, but yeah, just try ammoseek.com and see what you can find. Here is a bunch of shotgun, but they don't have a lot of shotgun ammunition and stuff because, you know, technically hunting season is still in play, so people want a lot of these to stock up on for, you know, clay shooting too. So yeah, people are stocking on a lot of shotgun caliber, and they all sell out more quickly than your pistol and rifle caliber at the moment. It's just weird, you know, like shotgun used to be the last thing that is sold out, but right now it's selling out more than the rifle and your pistol caliber. As for pricing, you can see for yourself whether it's worth it or not. I mean, I'm kind of tapped out on shotgun. It's been a while since I shoot my 12 gauge. I should do that. I mean, it's just a whole lot of fun shooting a 12 gauge, especially those Magnum round, those high velocity round slug. Yeah, it's really fun to shoot those. But those things cost a lot. They're like nearing $1 a round for a slug. But once in a while, you do find some pretty decent deal on slug. So if you don't have more than 100 round slug, you might want to stock up on some slug, because those are still to this day are difficult to find, at least at a good price anyway. You can overpay for that easily. Now we're going to the reload section. For those of you who reload ammo, and anytime you can just pause the video and see the price for yourself. Now I'm not surprised, because right now you cannot find powder or primer, specifically your small caliber primer and powder, even your rifle primer and powder, but there's still plenty of bullet left in stock. And yeah, it's just very rare to find those. So a video ago I found some, but then yeah, it's the next day or two it's like gone. So here you see a whole bunch of just bullet, and the best casing or yeah, back in stock at full force. You see here 1,000 round of 308, but $400, is that worth it? I mean, it doesn't come with powder or primer or anything like that. Here you see some a bunch of dies. So if you think of getting into reloading, it might be a good time. No, I don't think it's a good time to get into reloading, because you can't find powder and primer hugely available anywhere unless you're willing to pay an arm and a leg for it. During the pandemic, I mean, you see the shelves like empty. There's like no dye at all. Everything is sold out. So right now everything is back in full force, but I'm not sure about the price. Because I don't reload. Those of you who are reload, I mean, I bet you can see the price and kind of offsetting. Here I'm starting to see Bass Pro start to have a lot of accessory back in stock. Most of this I don't see it during the pandemic. They're starting to go back. Fab Defense is a pretty cool company. I mean, they produce a lot of firearm accessory, and here I'm seeing a lot of AR magazines starting to go back in stock, as well as AK magazine. So that's a good thing to see. During the pandemic, it's impossible to find like PMag at Bass Pro anywhere. at least in my area. But right now we see plentiful. During the holiday, the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you can get a lot of good deals for like $10 per magazine, but Bass Pro is still charging like $15-20 for a magazine, which is very high. But you know, if you don't have a magazine, you want it then and there, you might as well grab one or two. But as for me, you know, I have like 2 crates of magazines, so I'm not gonna touch any of these. Yep, plenty of firearm accessory back in stock. Let's jump to Academy and see if they have the same situation as Bass Pro. As you can see here, they have 17 HMR and 22 long rifles still in stock. Though I don't see some of the prices. So it's kind of strange seeing Bass Pro sold out of 22 long rifle and 17 HMR as well as 22 Magnum. But Academy still have plenty of them. And you know, I try to slow down the video for you guys to see all the price and stuff like that. Academy haven't been budging on the price with most caliber. I like to see them lower the price of 223.556, especially the M855, because I want to stock up on that. Sure, it's a mil spec ammo, but you know, it's considerably a little bit more cheaper than your hunting ammo. The only hunting ammo I want to stock up on is the Sierra 223 55 grain. I've seen those go for like $22, which is a little bit cheaper than what it used to be, around $28. But the price is so high that it's just sitting there. So Academy has been lowering the price on that, as well as Bass Pro. You have see some 5.56 by 45 in a weird pouch, $130 for 200 round. So you do the math. The 350 Legend is always on the shelf. Yeah, like I said, someday I might get a 350 Legend, but right now I'm not trying to add more caliber. You know, it just get too expensive to add so many caliber. It's just a headache to keep up with them. And there's plenty of 7.62 by 39 Monarch. I shoot Monarch all the time on my AK, and it's not very picky. So here we see some shotgun ammo. They don't have a lot left. This is it. This is all they have. Let's see what they have on the shelf here. Yep, they have another shelf of ammo shelf. We see some 30-30 Winchester, and I believe 7.62 by 51. Is that 308? Yeah, that's 308 M80, $25 box. And they just have a whole bunch of stuff laying around. You can see the price there, and I smashed up a 22 long rifle box. M855. They're not budging on that ammo anytime soon. Winchester 2-3 deer, and here I see some 38 special, but those were like $33 per box, so same price as Bass Pro, wanting the same price for the Federal, but that's Norma, so a different brand. Vortex ammo. So you know, plenty of bulk pack, but they're not lowering the price. Here's some Hornet Critical Duty, which is my choice of carry ammo, but the price is just so high right now. I'm switching to Gold Dot at the moment. Let's see some Firearm right now. You can compare and contrast with your local firearm shop and see which have a better price. But yeah, it's time to go back in full force. The Firearm, the handgun, specifically the handgun. Some rifle is still pretty hard to find, but you can find just about any handgun in the shop these days. And I've seen some pretty cool looking Firearm going back in stock. Some of these is pretty difficult to find during the pandemic. Now, one of the beef I got with Academy at this location today is that one of the guy told me I couldn't film or photograph any firearm. Well, that was a first for me. I never have that problem throughout the year doing this kind of stuff for you guys. But yeah, it might be just that guy, but I don't know. Other people, they don't have problem with me filming. What can I do? What I'm gonna do with the footage? I'm not slandering them or anything. If anything, I spent tens of thousands of dollars at Academy throughout the year, so I'm entitled to film all I want and do whatever with the footage I want. It's just kind of off-putting when somebody just told you you're not allowed to film the product that you might buy later on. But yeah, that's just one of the things kind of off-putting for me. But I did manage to film the entire row of pistol for you guys, so you guys can compare the prices in your area. Hopefully, it's better than this, but I think some of these prices is pretty decent. I bought plenty of guns from Academy throughout the year. So yeah, the prices are decent on some of it, but make sure you shop around because there are better prices on the internet. But just note that if you buy it on the internet, you have to ship it to your dealer, which could charge you for shipping, and then you have to pay for your FFL fees and stuff like that. But if you know somebody, if you know an FFL or something, yeah, they might give it to you. But anyway, just a little rant. Buying from a retail store versus online. And some pretty cool gun I like to own someday, but I like modern firearm and not some of those kind of outdated guns that hold very little rounds. Well, I do like some pretty decent 1911, like I do want to own some of the pretty Gucci 1911, but I already have one, so I'm not really sure what I'm looking forward for my next firearm, so you have to stay tuned for that. So Taurus TX, Taurus G3 and G2 is back in stock. This is a very highly rated firearm, and I don't doubt it. I own one. I tried it. I love it, and I think the grip, the feel of this gun is better than most of my other more expensive firearms, to be honest. So yeah, I really like the grip on these guns. They're affordable too. So if you're low on budget, I suggest you take a look at Taurus firearm. They're pretty decent firearm. But if you like a gun just to work all the time, maybe you want to spend a little bit more and get a better decent gun. 6-hour Glocks, Smith & Wesson, they're better gun, but each to its own. Some people might not like them. Here we see a lot of carry gun, pretty decently priced. Here we see some sale. So once in a while, Academy have some pretty decent sales, so keep an eye on that. It actually, sometimes the deal is better than your online retailer. But these days, retailer as well as online e-tailer, they have so many in stock that they just want to sell them. So you might want to wait out just a little bit more to get that sweet deal. Right now you can still get some sweet deal, but maybe a couple more months you can get the gun that you want for a little bit less. Here we see some 22. It's this is part where the guy told me, hey, you can't film the firearm, but you know what, we already got all the footage for this, so whatever. Yeah, I do want one of these guns. It's fairly cheap. It's a 22 long rifle, fairly cheap. Let's do a fast recap of what I got last week. So I got 2 boxes of 22 long rifle Federal at Walmart for around $22 a box. Still have the best deal on 22 long rifle at Walmart if you can find it. But in my area, once in a while, I find it all the time, every week almost. And the other thing I got is a Winchester 150 round bolt pack from Bass Pro for $50. After tax and everything's come out at around 36 cents per round. Not too bad. But I just gotta buy something. I'm there. Might as well just buy something to make it worthwhile. And that's all I got for this week. There's not a whole lot of good deal going around. Even though I'm starting to see ammo going down in prices on certain type of ammo in a way, but not all of them. In other news, Kentucky and 5 other states has been hit with a devastating tornado. This is the largest tornado on record. And something like this is always going to happen because it's a natural disaster. There's nothing you can do really to curb natural disaster, but you can always prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Now, one of the ways you can help is go to relief.rampart.com, and here you can donate money, you can donate blood, you can show up in person and help the community, donate clothes and stuff like that, because a lot of family need our helps during this time, and Christmas is coming, and just imagine how devastated these family are. They lost everything. They lost their home, and a lot of people lost a loved one, and just it's very devastating. But the worst thing I've seen out of all this is that celebrity is starting to politicize this, as well as mainstream media. Instead of talking about how we can do to help these people in need during this time, they're always talking about climate change, and it's pretty much their fault for not voting for some sort of climate bill, so that they can worship at the altar of the government and pay them a lot of money for them to sign a bill that will make tornado go away, something like that. It's just pretty idiotic for something like that to happen. I mean, there's no bill you can pass, or there's nothing humanly you can do to curb natural disaster. It's there, could possibly before the time of us human. So, yeah, it's just kind of nasty seeing this Hollywood people and mainstream media starting to attack this situation, and they basically stepping on the graves of the people who passed away and people who lost their home at this moment. So that's why I don't watch mainstream media anymore, and there's not a lot of thing that we can do uh, during this kind of natural disaster. I mean, during tornado, the only thing that you can do is to go inside your bathtub and just hunker down in there. Make sure you have some sort of a soft cushion so things don't fall on top of you. That's the only thing you can do. That is taught in grade school for tornado. So yeah, it's really hard to gauge where the tornado will land. By the time it landed near your place, you have literally no time to react to it, other than just go to your bathtub and just hunker down. So it's one of my recommendation. Otherwise, that's not really a lot of things you can do to prepare for something like this. As you'll see, I mean, everything's devastated. The entire home is gone. So even if you prep for food and stuff like that, most likely it's gonna be gone or damaged or not gonna be useful anymore. So tornado is very important that you stay alive during a tornado, as well as other natural disaster. Something like that we might not be able to prepare for, but just a little bit of knowledge just to stay alive, that's important. So that's all I have for you guys on this week. So make sure, yeah, if you haven't donated, go to relief.rampart.com. You might not like Senator Rampart for whatever reason, but this is a relief program, so you can donate your money or time to help these people in need, especially the holidays coming up, and It's one of the few things that we can do for these people. And you just stay safe, and that's all I have for you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll have more content for you guys soon. Later.